Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Market Insights with Linux, and welcome to this new video right here on Palantir. We're going to do a full update on Palantir. We'll start off zoomed out, really looking at the higher time frames, which I'll have to say, first of all, my apologies. There's not much interesting about the higher time frames, but the lower time frames I think are quite interesting, and I think fundamentally Palantir is one of the most interesting stocks out there. I've covered this before, I think once or twice maybe. But someone requested it earlier this week, which if you have any requests for stock analyses, but also gold, silver, whatever, you can also always let me know down in the comments. And very soon we're attaching some sort of a chat room to the Telegram channel that we have. So make sure to join that. And then in there you can also ask me. For smaller stocks, I won't be able to make a video, I think. But I can in that chat I can always give you an analysis or just some quick thoughts at least. But for now, let's get right into Palantir. First of all, now we have to speak a little bit about the fundamentals, right? Because Palantir is quite the controversial stock, right? Because technically there's not much to it. I mean, like I said, on the higher time frames, there is something to it, on the lower time frames. But here you can see the 3-day time frame, and you can see first of all. There's a little bit of dust in my throat or something. My apologies. You can see, first of all, that it has performed extremely well since the beginning of 2024. And with extremely well, I mean extremely well. But this is just a clear uptrend, right? And the controversial part about Palantir is the fact that it is, in standard metrics, quite overrated. Or overrated, overvalued is the better word, and a more literal sense of what Palantir is. And that is true, but if there's one thing I have learned throughout my times in trading and analysis, it's that if you have a strong uptrend like this, I mean, you can see the 3-day time frame always held. The daily time frame got into a consolidation for a bit, but continued to be bullish as well, with a lot of strength. If you have such a strong trend, I mean, this can both go on like this can go on much longer than you expect, especially if you have a very strong community against a pretty high shorting rate on Palantir. And then outside of that, I mean, even though the valuation might be quite high and perhaps too high, I'll leave that in your department to make that up. But ultimately, Palantir as a company is gaining new contracts. It's gaining major contracts. I think, what was it? I mean, I have the data here to the left of me, but it grew from 2024. Yeah, so the Q1 2025 revenue grew 39% year on year. That's a lot. All right, so this is, regardless of what you think of the business, it is a good business. It's a growing business, and it's a business that is likely here to stay. So regardless of the valuation, I would say at this point of time, it's more likely that this is going to continue to be bullish. And there the lower time frames come in. You can see that with the lower time frames, we peaked out right here at the beginning of June, reached that level again here at the end of June, reached that level again Wednesday, the 9th of June. We're forming some sort of a balance right here between 132 and 146. That's kind of the parameter wherein we're trading right now. And I think I'm not certain whether we are going to be able in summer, and with some tariff tensions, etc. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get something like this, where my next price target, by the way, just to talk about that already, would be right here at 155, 160. That would be my main target. But I think something like this is coming. Now, whether it's right now or whether we're still going to have to reject once more or maybe consolidate for a bit longer and then break out, that is something I'm not necessarily certain about. I would say for now it's more likely that we will stay in this balance right here, right? But then eventually, and this is something I'll keep you updated on as well, probably after getting a strong touch right here at the point of control at 138, 139, I think we're going to break out, and I think we're going to rally higher. And that is something you need to be prepared for. Palantir is not a stock personally I am acquiring, not directly, of course, at least through ETFs. It's a different story, but it's definitely a stock that's worth trading. And at this point of time, like I said, I also think the most likely direction is still up. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know regarding Palantir for now. So hopefully that helps. If you're interested in more stock and financial market content, consider subscribing. But for now, that's it. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.